What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 11 of the Sad Bastard Show, the show where you guys send in your questions, we pick out the best and we answer them right here in the Green Man pub in Wembley. I'm here with Jack. Jack, what are you thinking?
I'm in good spirits after a win against Fulham.
Yeah, back to winning ways.
Yeah, one of those games where Fulham want us to hate them, but it's just not going to happen.
I couldn't really care less.
Exactly.
They fucking defaced half of Stamford Bridge and we still didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a stellar performance, was it? But win's a win.
Slow at times, but it was better than last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, let's go straight into the questions. We'll start from the Twitter questions, and first question will go from HWF_7, and he says, has the 100% Chelsea YouTube crew ever thought about building a football team like AFTV have and the United Stand do? I'm going to leave this one to you.
Well, it's funny you say that because we do have something already in place and in the works, I'll say. So, Imperial Wolf FC, we've got some social accounts we've set up recently for it. Shane Louis ain't here at the moment because it would be nice to sort of, he's got a bit more info on it. But yeah, we are in the process of setting up a team and it's promising. We're looking forward to it. We've got lofty ambitions, but I think we need to have them. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Any more you want to add?
I mean, I'm not really sure. I don't want to give too much away.
You want to build a bit of suspense?
Yeah.
No, it's cool.
But it's not too... I'm trying to think about anything else I can say, but there is something coming, and there is something in the works, which is promising, and we're going to bring quite a few content creators together for this. So, you know, and Chelsea ones, obviously, but it's sort of going to be like semi-connected to the channel. So we kind of want to have it as its own entity and build it into something really, really big over the coming years. But we're still going to obviously have it connected to 100% Chelsea and other Chelsea content creators on the social platforms. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Alright, Calum, you said a bit, but you haven't said too much.
Yeah,
so build a bit of suspense. So let's go to the next question. It's from Josh K84. He's actually turning into a little bit of regular for us. This is his first question, so congratulations, thank you, man. He said, which right winger would you want Chelsea to sign, and how do you think Kepa started at Chelsea?
Right, so I'll start by saying, in the news as of Tuesday today, it's come out that Chelsea have supposedly made the first steps for moving on Pulisic, yeah. Around 70 million ballpark. I'll be honest, I mean, I don't want him to come to Chelsea yet.
Not for that price tag.
Yeah, exactly. I think he should stay at Dortmund. But it's difficult for me to sort of think of players that are out there. I mean, there's players who I'd like, but aren't realistic.
A couple of years back.
Such as?
Morris. I always thought Morris. He's the one I wanted.
Yeah, I'm not. In all fairness, when we were in that transfer window, when the rumours were about, we were all massively for Morris, definitely. But it's now not going to happen.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not that deluded.
Now. It's difficult because there's players who I like and I'll say again. As I said a second ago, there's players who I like but aren't realistic. Suso is somebody who's come into really good form at the moment for AC Milan. And you know, I haven't seen a lot of him, but I've seen bits and bobs of him. I like what I see. He's a potential signing.
That could work because with AC Milan, they could be interested in nicking one of our players. They've been linked with Fabregas for years now. We've got Bakayoko on loan with them, and he's improving right now. He's apparently one of their best players so far.
Exactly. So I was going to say that, funny enough. So I was thinking potentially a swap deal with a transfer fee.
How vital is Suso to Milan?
Well, he's in very.
Players who can replace him. Players who can replace him. Castellano, Calum.
Yeah, I mean, Calhanoglu's left-sided, isn't he? More than anything, but I mean, it's one shout. It's hard to think of people out there at the moment who I can safely say, yeah, I really want.
Just answer the question, because I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen a lot of Suso, so I'm not going to say I do. But would you say this? Would you say he's better than Pedro and Willian?
That's the question.
If you can tell me that, then he'd be worth it.
I think it's very difficult for me to say. But he is a left-footed player on the right, who plays on the right-hand side, which is something different. That's what I will say. But I know I still quite like Pedro. I do.
I like Pedro. I've got nothing wrong with him in terms of the player he is. It's age that worries me.
Yeah.
He's 32 now. Question is, how good is he going to be for how long?
Yeah,
that's
true.
all that worries. If age won a number, I'd be perfectly happy with Hazard and Pedro.
Well, I think it's one of those things which, I mean, we've got a lot of youth to dip into. I mean, there's been talk.
But here's the thing: we've had a lot of youth to dip into for a lot of years.
That is true. That is true. I mean, look, all I'll say is let us know what you think, guys, because I'm finding it difficult to rack my brain around it.
Yeah, if you guys know any right wingers that you guys want, let us know. Leave a comment down below.
Yeah. Next question.
Next question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no, it was a two-part one, wasn't it?
Yeah. How do you think Kepa started at Chelsea?
Very well. Very, very well.
You want to just leave it the two words? I'll just probably say the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to mention his games which he saved us in, though.
Go on.
I mean, he semi-saved us at the weekend.
Yeah, he had that great save against Fulham. I'm thinking Liverpool in the 1-1, he saved us a good couple times.
Yeah. There's some saves where he's made this season where I was thinking shades of Chet a little bit, but it's early days, obviously, to say.
No, that's the thing, because first couple of games he was developing and you could see areas they need to improve. But the thing about him is he's improved a lot quicker than I thought he would. I thought his distribution and his strength behind the ball when he first joined us wasn't all there. But that seems to have gone over the last couple of months.
Exactly. I think one of his major strengths, which obviously is you need it as a modern goalkeeper now, is his distribution. You look at, I think, what was it? It was Southampton, I think it was. Where I particularly saw is like whatever, I've completely forgotten the word. Distribution. That's it. Yeah. It was very good there, and even when he scuffed it, ended up being like. Remember when he scuffed it, like, and it sort of cut it to the left, but it ended up being a great ball anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, I rate him, and I'm happy that he's doing well.
You know what the best thing about what he's doing is he's just displaced De Gea as #1 Spain keeper.
Oh. Well, there you go.
The last international break, I think. But let's move on to the next question. It's from A. Warren Charlie, who says, "Hi guys, my question: do you think Calum Hudson and Doyle should get a chance to Premier League, and who would we leave out of the squad?"
Yes, obviously, but realistically, no. It's not going to happen. I don't think, because if it was going to happen, it would happen by now.
No, for me, for a chance, I'd say if you want to give him a game, I think there could be a chance with it being a Christmas break and everything, because we're going to be playing at least 2 or 3 games a week. There's a possibility we could see him get a chance. Hell, I'd be a bit worried if he didn't get a chance this month. But I don't think he'll be regularly starting. I don't think that's going to be a question for now. I don't even think someone of his age who's just come into the first team should be starting unless he just tears the league apart every time he plays.
Yeah, and let's be honest, he's done well in the games that he's played, but they're not like the high echelon games. Do you know what I mean? They're not like the games where you can say, fair play.
Look at Powell, for example. He was good, but I'm not going to stand there and say he was man of the match. I'm not going to say. I don't think he terrorised Powell, but I think he was always a bit of a problem. I don't think he was completely tearing them apart.
Yeah. I mean, I hold on to that pre-season game
against Arsenal, where he tore Bellerin.
Exactly. I'm just holding on to that in my mind. I'm thinking he's got the ability. He definitely has the ability, but it's just one of those things. I don't think it will happen.
No, it is Bellerin. He's shit himself anyway.
But I mean, who would we take out? Actually, that's the point. Though, who would we take out if he was to play? Because he'd
have to be playing on the right, wouldn't he?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
No, but then it'd just be one of Pedro or William. Personally, I'd rather keep Pedro as a replacement.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to the Instagram questions now. First one's from @Danny Segrist, I think. I'm sorry if I completely battered your name. He said, thoughts on Arsenal battering Spurs?
It's handy. I think that's the word for it. Yeah, exactly. So
I'll take that, but I'm not really going to be like saying thank you, Arsenal, or anything, because you man weren't really thinking of us when we beat Tottenham, so I'm not really thinking about you when we're in first.
Exactly. I mean, it's one of those games where Like I'm not like whoever wins. It's just like I don't really.
When it's North London derby day, I just want a 0-0 draw, couple red cards, couple missed chances, and all the Arsenal and Spurs fans feel like they've wasted their money and time at the end of the day. I don't feel anything for either club. I'm not happy that Arsenal won. I'm happy that Tottenham lost. Who's third, we'll hide them both for you. I don't give a fuck about either club.
Pretty much. That's it, innit? The thing is, I will say that it was a good game of football. I'll give it that.
We're doing fan cams.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we can say.
Yeah. Bad luck Spurs. Fuck off Arsenal. Next question.
And fuck off Spurs as well. Just may as well add it in there.
Spurs twice.
Yeah, we're still bitter about last week. Who gives a fuck?
What happened last week?
Oh yeah, what did happen last week? I can't remember.
We came here for a couple of drinks and then suddenly we ended up back at the flat.
Yeah. We must have just had a nice, easy night out, something like that, yeah.
But you know what? It happens to me a lot. I forget shit. Let's go on to the next question. At LukeyBoy2892 says, what away day do you look forward to the most?
In London, I think it's Spurs for me. Outside of London, Newcastle probably. It's a long way to go, but if we can do it for the night out, then it's just one of the funnest away days. It's just a big laugh.
For me, probably the two clubs we just spoke about, Arsenal and Spurs.
Well, I can understand Arsenal from your point of view.
I tried to enjoy West Ham, but if we went for that fucking stadium, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I completely agree. It doesn't come into question West Ham really anymore. I don't really want to go too much into it, but it's just like, what will make it so much better is if the fans, because obviously there's such a massive gap between the top tier and the bottom tier, it creates such a split in the atmosphere between away fans.
It's not even that, it's like the distance we are from the pitch, it's the distance we are from the nearest stage. Everything about West Ham is just unnecessarily long.
Yeah, I agree. What would you say about outside of London then for you? Don't say Watford. Don't tell you Watford.
Well, outside of London, I don't really think about it, to be honest. I'd probably go Newcastle as well, just for the night out.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on.
What?
Liverpool. It's got to be Liverpool for me. Because definitely Liverpool is my one outside London. Because personally, I really seriously dislike Liverpool. I hate Liverpool.
Liverpool's a bit of a trek though. I don't know how I could look forward to that.
It's just for me, I love the fact that I can go there with a lot of passion for the game, just because I know how much I don't like Liverpool. That's one of the things for me, and that's sort of like, that's for me what makes a derby one of my, well not a derby, but a rivalry game one of my favourites, when I can safely say that I do not like the other team. So yeah.
That's why it makes a London derby so
Exactly.
Right.
Good question anyway, I don't like that.
Next question, Alex HRBK says, thoughts on Power plans on Thursday? Loud.
Well, I weren't there. I weren't at the game, so...
I'm just going to... They were a very, very good away crowd, and I think we expected it from them, and they didn't really disappoint us. I think that's what I can really say about
Best
the
of the season?
Yeah, I'd say best. I'm not going to lie, the other two Europa League clubs didn't really do much when they were there. Yeah, but Power fans best in the league.
What would you say to what... Because a lot of people were saying last season Roma was some of the best away fans. What would you compare them to? Because I do remember the Roma fans were amazing last season. Better or worse?
I think because of where I'm sitting, I'd say Roma were louder, but that's only because I was a bit further away from Power. I can't really pick. I can't pick. I
just threw it in there. It's just
because I barely remember the Roma game.
Fair enough.
Last question from the Instagram questions. Chelru_boys says, have any of you ever played? I don't even know that.
Scipio.
I've never played that.
Oh mate, you've missed out. You're
gonna need to run me through the game.
So basically,
I've never played it.
If you might have seen it at Louis' house. You know, he's got that little thing set up in his conservatory, right? He's got that little pitch, and he's got basically you've got these players. For those of you who don't know as well, you've got these like players, and you flick them about, and you've got the goalkeepers who you hold the stick behind the goal, you flick it about like that. I used to play it all the time.
It's quite a little bit fun, but I've never played that.
It's sort of. It's one of those games which isn't amazingly fun, but I did used to love it as a kid.
Stick figure FIFA, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah. Christmas time is when you've got to keep buying them. But we don't really play it. No, I can't say that. I mean, we could give it a go at some stage.
That's more than a question. That's a thought.
Yeah, I mean, Scipio, there is a massive community for Scipio, though.
Is that?
Yeah. You'd be surprised, I tell you.
Rob, I've only just remembered the game. like this is all new shit to me.
It's good though. I mean, they do. To be fair, I remember seeing some sort of video on YouTube about it, but these guys, some people spend ages like hand painting the figures and all sorts of things. So fair play to people who do that, but it's not something I'm like massively like interested in. Just I'll stick to FIFA and that'll be that. To be honest with you.
Yeah, fuck it. But hey, 1,000 likes, we might actually do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's go.
It might just be me begging for 1,000 likes. Let's go to the last Instagram question, and it's actually rolling one. We've got three people who basically asked the same question. We're going to shout you guys all out quickly. Ryan Thomas 1905, F_Lammy, and Rare Rafinha, and they've all basically said Emerson or Alonso.
Right, before I make a decision, I'm going to say that I think Alonso has been treated maybe a little bit harshly because of the performance against Fulham. I think a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon and been like, just because he had a bad game at Fulham, that it's sort of set a tone. Let's not forget, Alonso has been one of our best performers this season. I'm sorry, but I think he personally has been.
No, I don't disagree with you. My only thing is, people are saying Alonso's been poor recently. Do you think it's something that we saw around the first 2-3 games of the season, where it's the case just Alonso's pace being exposed?
Look, I'll agree. The pace is obviously a factor, but I still think that he offers. He offers stuff. He offers stuff in attack, and then in defence, obviously, he still offers stuff, but not as. I don't know. It's a balance. I think what I will say is. He gets affected by the chanting.
You know, actually, before I say my point, I'll agree with you on that, because that's a good point. I didn't think Alonso was that bad against Fulham until the chanting, and then everything just seemed to stop with him. Crosses just weren't finding anyone. He's constantly losing the ball. But I also think it's a case of, I think the defence is just too fragile for us to have someone like Alonso in the squad, if that kind of makes sense. Because you look, Azpilicueta, he's been caught out of position a lot this season. David Luiz has just been consistent mistakes. Rudiger, odd mistake, but for the most part, he's been solid. Defence looks very fragile. And when you've got someone who is great defensively and offensively, but hasn't really got the pace to get forward and back quickly enough. And if he ain't back quickly enough in time for an attack, that's iffy defence is already exposed.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose with playing with 3 centre-backs sort of aided the fact that he didn't have the pace last season before.
Here's the thing.
I can understand it, but I mean, I'll let you say, because
no. All I was gonna say is I think Alonso would be. I don't think we need to sell Alonso. I think we just need to improve the defence. That's all.
Yeah.
As long as we get recover.
Well, that brings us on to Emerson then, because I actually do like Emerson Palmieri. I think he offers a lot in terms of skills on the ball. I think his ball control is good. I think he offers good cross. I think his crossing. I mean, if we look at one game off the top of my head, back Borisov away, great ball into Giroud, great finish as well. And there was another game, and I think it was a cup game. Oh, it was against Derby. It was Derby. I think he was very, very good against Derby. And that was Derby, but at the end of the day, Derby came to Stamford Bridge and they did show on the day.
Derby were very strong against.
Exactly, and I thought Emerson Palmieri was one of the standouts in that game as well.
Here's the thing, and this comes, and this is just where you gotta think. Alright, is this something that we're just not seeing? Because you look at Emerson, whenever he usually plays, he more or less impresses, but Alonso will still start the Premier League games.
Yeah.
It's a case of, is it just something that we're not seeing, as in terms of in training, is just Alonso better or something like that, or does Alonso just fit the system more? Or is it a case of just, sorry, he prefers Alonso?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. To be fair, my personal opinion is, I think Alonso's getting the start because it's Alonso. He's more ingrained into the team. He's just one of the regular starters. If he's been a regular starter for a while now, so he's going to continue to be that. I think until he.
Yeah, I think the last league game Emerson played was, I think, Burnley last season.
Yeah. I mean, for my mind, I'd stick with Alonso. Now, I like Palmieri, don't get me wrong, but I think just stick with Alonso. And by all means, if he turns out to be shit, then call me up on it.
Not going to lie, for Wolves, I wouldn't mind seeing Emerson start. Emerson and Loftus-Cheek.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind him starting. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be pissed off with it.
We're gonna have a big pile up for the rest of the year, and we love how Sarri we know how Sarri loves to stick with the same formation and the same team. We can't do that.
Yeah,
we can't do that.
Yeah, no, it's true. I personally, I'd say if we did play Palmieri for a run of games and he picked up form, then it pushes Alonso to work harder in training potentially. So it's sort of a bit of this, a bit of that. You know, as you'd say, a bit of column A, a bit of column B. Do you know what I mean?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'd stick with Alonso, to be honest with you. I think he does probably get more exposed in a back four than he does at a back three, but nonetheless, I just think he's that person who can offer something in the attack, and at the end of the day, we'll sing his praise if he wins us a game from scoring a goal from left back. You know, it's not something that many people do. So, yeah, that's my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree with me.
Feel free to give us your opinion as well if you agree or disagree with any of our comments, and yeah, leave us a comment if you. Let me redo that. Let us know in the comment section below if you guys want Emerson starting regularly or Alonso. Let us know in the comment section down below. But that is the end of all the normal questions. We're going to head down to Sad Bosses Corner for your Sad Boss of the week.
Alright guys, welcome back to Sad Bosses Corner, and we've got Sad Bosses of the week this week. One at Ryan Awesome 11, double shout out for at Ryan Thomas 1905 and at F Lammy, and another shout out for at br.enn or br.n or some shit like that. I don't know, whatever your name is anyway. And you guys asked a collection of questions. We sort of pieced them together. Do you think Ruben should play centre forward? Should he start? Should he start at left centre mid? Second best midfielder behind Kante.
Has Loftus-Cheek played centre forward before?
He has not.
He hasn't?
No way.
Nah, I wouldn't want him there then.
Well, what I will say is there's been a big argument for the fact that he is sort of, he can score a goal.
No, but the thing is, like, I swear this happens to every midfielder, every player that is in a position not to score goals, that scores a goals. Or last season, this was Alonso. He scores a couple goals. Let's put him up front. Like, no offense, Frank Lampard's our biggest goal scorer. There's a reason we didn't put him in strike.
Yeah.
Because he's not a striker. He might not get you the goals from that position. He might be a lot better at getting you the goals from a midfield position. That's what Loftus-Cheek thrives, getting the ball, driving it forward and having a shot. So I wouldn't really put him in a further position where he can't do that.
I mean, I'd agree. I think I can understand, especially this season, why the shouts have come, because you know, people aren't satisfied with Drew, people aren't satisfied with Morata. Like, my personal opinion is Giroud should be starting the games.
I think Giroud provides more anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so much has been said about Morata, to be honest, so I just can't bother to explain
for
more.
me, it's the case of Morata gets so much stick, and as pissed off as I might be after the games, I can't really stand there and just keep criticising someone who, let's just be honest, ain't good enough.
Yeah.
I'd rather just leave it at that. He ain't good enough. We're gonna have him till the end of the season.
Exactly. It's what we say. Like, I mean, I suppose we're getting on to Morata now. We don't want to do that too much. But what I will say is, we never want a player to do badly. Just he's not going to do it at Chelsea. Move on to another club. By all means, be successful. Win a Champions League with another club. Do what you want. But just it's not happening at Chelsea for you. But in terms of Ruben, centre forward, no. Next bit though, should he start? And should he start at left centre mid?
I think he should start against Wolves. Not against Man City. Man City, let's be honest, you just play your best. Nothing about form, play your best. Because you look around to Tottenham on Sunday when they played 40th instead of older ones. You got to play quality. But we also have to rotate. Wolves is a great opportunity to rotate. Like to see Emerson start against Wolves. Like to see Loftus-Cheek start against Wolves. Kante probably coming around.
The thing is, I will say to you, it's a great opportunity to rotate. I will say Wolves have been quite solid at home against the big teams though. So far they've held City to a draw.
I get that, but we got fucking City next. That's the thing. You got Wolves Wednesday and City Saturday with a 2-day gap in between.
Yeah.
You've got to rotate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of playing devil's advocate obviously here, but
yeah,
I agree. I would start Ruben, and I think that he is the most informed midfielder at the moment in terms of that whole back line. Kante in with a shout, but I think Ruben, just the fact that he's been scoring recently. I mean, I think that it's difficult for me to say because I really like Barkley, and I think that Barkley is still probably a better player. I think his experience in terms of big games and he's got a little bit more England experience just makes him that little bit better.
I don't know, I feel like Barkley's had worse performances than Loftus-Cheek though. That's the thing, like you see. I'll bring out a couple of substitute appearances for example. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Barkley for me, bar the United equaliser, not a great sub. So many times we brought him up and he's just consistently lost the ball.
I mean,
if you want me to be honest.
Okay, what I'll say is I just, maybe I'm being a bit biased because he's English, but I still think Barkley's got quality in him. But the problem is it's going to be, we've got a lot of midfielders. That's the issue here. We just haven't got enough space to fit everyone in.
Here's the thing, as much as you probably hate to say it, it's a case of it's Barkley. If we keep Kovacic, it's Barkley or Loftus-Cheek. One stays, one goes. And I think I already know which one I want to stay. Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek's the younger one. Loftus-Cheek has come from our youth system. Ross Barkley was 15 million. It was very good value for money in terms of the player we got and the fact that he's English. So it's not a waste of a transfer. I don't look at Ross Barkley and think, what a waste of money. We made a good deal out of him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to work.
I mean, I'll be disappointed if that's the case. But at the end of the day, we need to do something about our youth system, and this is the perfect opportunity at the moment. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is probably the most in contention player for a long time who's come through the youth system. So I suppose, in that sense, yeah, definitely promote. And don't get me wrong, I've rated Ruben for a while.
Yeah.
A lot of people have questioned his attitude to the game, but at the end of the day, he's got physicality as well in his game, as well as a lot of other good things, including his dribbling, and as I said before, his finishing's up there now as well. Which sort of brings us on to the last bit of the question. Bless you. Second best midfielder after Kante in this current squad?
No.
I wouldn't agree.
Jorginho's got to be there. Kovacic has to be there. That's about it.
Yeah, that's what I'd agree with that. I think he's got the ability to get there, but other than that, no, he's definitely not based on the current position we are now.
Yeah, as much as you gotta love Loftus-Cheek, the fact is Kovacic is a lot more talented than Jorginho is this formation.
Yeah, exactly. Right, I think that rounds it up. Yeah. So that has been episode 11 of Stards Corner. Thank you for sending in your questions. Leave a comment below if you've got any questions as well. We'll try and scour through them for next week. And yeah, make sure you check out all of our socials. Check out mine, check out Lewis's. Scott's behind the camera, may as well check out his, check out Louis. And yeah, we'll be with you for Wolves tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. So peace.
Chelsea.